game isn't ready to go because I screwed up my login. Let's see here. Yep, pretty much. Rip my life. All right. Getting our announcements set out while my Final Fantasy XIV launch client decides to calm the frick down. Accept my gosh diddly dang password. Thank you for behaving. For me, it's kind of like with the survey. I kind of really got bored at work today, and B, well, more like distracted. I get distracted easily at work, so I kind of go off on tangents. But I was just kind of like, I'm kind of getting a decent, solid crew here, and it's kind of like I kind of want to, get some feedback, on how things are going with the stream. I like to try and do that every once in a while, just so I know. Okay, let's try this again. Oh. Gosh darn it.
Harry builds big, beautiful chairs that are hard to move around, so he built an online store using Squarespace to sell them. He uses the app to manage his inventory from anywhere. And if there's one thing he's learned, it's that it's a lot easier to drag and drop a chair around an online store than a showroom, especially when it's made of marble and poured concrete. No matter what product you're moving, style it,
we're just gonna
and
reset
make
the
it
dumb
with
thing.
Squarespace. Start your free trial today and use offer code Spotify to save 10% on your first purchase of a domain or website.
Good morning. You've probably had quite a day already. Loud family, loud commute,
Yep.
loud coworker chewing
Yep.
gum, loudly.
No.
Oh, and loud radio ads, but not this one. We're speaking
Only a
quietly
teeny bit of
because we're
shenanigans
asking
with
you to save
answer.
energy by doing things like switching to LED light bulbs, using power strips, or lowering the volume, like us, because it all adds up. This Not Loud radio ad brought to you by Energy Upgrade California.
All right,
Keep
let's
it
try this
golden.
again. There you go. All right. Okay, so that's all ready to go, finally. Let's get a couple more announcements set out. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that question, you understand what that question was intended for. The question was intended for people, who don't normally frequent the Discord and be like, okay, well, why aren't you frequenting the Discord? Because, I mean, I understand if it's like, hey, look, I got too many Discords, I got a couple I'm really big on. Okay, that's fine. That's something. I just want to know. Let's see here. We got to do the Twitters. Let's see here. I don't even know what that is. I don't want to know what that one is. There you go. We'll put that one tonight. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. All right, here we go. Let's do... All right, we should be all ready to go here. There we are. Oh, I gotta add my camera back. I am back. Yay! All right, so we should have... Everything should go. I am now level 15. That's how far I am. We're gonna click that off. We're gonna go live. Okay, now that I see I'm all good, we're gonna click that off. And then we're gonna go there, and then we're going to go into the chat where operator is standing by.
Hello.
Operator. I was gonna say some pithy 1940s song reference, but I can't remember it yet. No, Satan, I'm not in dungeons just yet. Apparently, I'm going to go world hopping right now. Is that correct?
City hopping.
Yeah.
City hopping. World hopping's different. You do world hopping when you want to find good prices on the market board.
Oh, okay.
And it was just
Oh,
implemented.
good point. So wait, I just finished a Ramu unsynced. Missed out on a pony, so.
Oh.
I evolved 2.
I am doing the vault with a healer that's not very good. They asked as their first healer, and I'm the paladin that's getting tanked.
A roulette.
Not a roulette. I specifically queued for vault because I'm at 58.
Oh, you poor thing. You poor thing.
I hate vault, but
Let me see, do I have anything close to that level? Well, if you get out and you want a healer for another vault run, let me know. Because I'm always in need of a good laugh.
Crazy old Maurice. He's always good for a laugh.
No, actually, I'll heal for you.
I'm not too worried about it. He's just struggling because, hey, this is a really hard dungeon to heal through. And also, he doesn't know, like, he doesn't have the 1 to 30 healer leveling experience. Because he started as an ass. And so...
He started off as a biblical donkey?
No, AST, asked.
I know.
Astrologist.
I know.
Also
I know.
not to be confused with a snake,
Ah, no, that's an
which would
ass.
be ASP.
Pa, pa, pa. All right. Someone, you baked a pie for me? Oh, you're fantastic. I hate pie.
How can you hate pie?
Because cake is better and brownies are god tier.
So, what do you do on the 14th of March?
14th of March.
3.14
eat pizza.
pie.
I eat pizza from Petrello's, which is a local pizzeria that has dang good pizza. You can get a pizza about that big for $3.14, and it is dang good. That's what I do on Pie Day.
Okay, so a pizza pie.
Yes.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Honestly, I'm not a big fan of pie either. I'd never really liked pie crust, and after I was diagnosed with Crohn's, I couldn't have chocolate anymore, so my favorite pie went out the window. I can't have any stimulants, and chocolate's a double whammy with caffeine and something else.
Yeah. Yeah, that could hurt you. Yeah, my cousin's got that. Yeah, she's had it. She has it rough sometimes. All right. Consult.
I've switched over from Shield Oath, or from Sword Oath to Shield Oath, so I'm hoping that will... Oh, I'm trying to aggro you guys. You're supposed to side aggro. So I'm hoping that will help this poor little healer. Trying to do advanced strats with the noob healer is probably not a good idea. I just hate running shield oath because it takes so long to get the gauge up. Not that it's useful for much at this level.
Okay, so I just got the Hall of the Novice. Should I do all of these right now or no?
Yes,
Okay.
all of them. By then I should be out of this vault run. Level
Duty.
59 and able to come help you as a tank.
Hey, Dallin,
for
what's
your-
up?
Or your first dungeon. Let's see, so you're gonna need 2 DPS. I love Circle of Scorn. It's just the visual effects for it is just perfect.
All right. Training exercise here.
If nothing else, the Hall of the Novice will give you some good gear for your level.
Yes. It will give you brand new gear, which gives you an XP bonus. And it does do a fairly decent job of teaching you the general mechanics of the bowl. The good thing about choosing healer and tank, though, you get a lot of people that play DPS fairly easily. They have a harder time finding the healers and tanks. So you have the shortest queue times imaginable.
Right.
Might have overpulled for this poor guy.
I was crafting and I filled up the quality bar up to 100%, and then instead of finishing the progress, I just quit. What?
Let's see here.
Come to think on it, Conjurer's the only healer that starts at level 1. The other two both start at 30.
Yep.
Wow.
Kind of, unless you're going Arcanist, and then because technically Arcanist does start at level 1.
Yeah, but you don't get the 1 to 30 experience as a healer with any other class.
Well, no, you do with the Arc because you start and then it branches off into both classes after that, and they level together.
But
Well,
Arcanist is a DPS primarily, healer second.
No, because it does go to Scholar.
Well,
Yeah,
no, but what he's
Scholar
saying is
is
that if you
healer
are on the
first.
Arcanist and Q, it queues you as DPS.
No, you as a healer.
No, with Arcanist, you queue as a DPS.
Really? Because I always thought you was the healer.
No, you
I
queue as a
remember queuing
DPS.
as
Not a
It's
problem,
DPS.
Irish. Do what you need to do, man.
You're a DPS for the first 30 levels, and then you can either continue along that path as a summoner, or switch over to the healer path as a scholar.
I mean, yes, as an Arcanist, you do get a heal spell, but
That doesn't make you a healer. It makes you a, oh crap, the tank's going to die and our healer's not doing something. It's up to me to do something.
Oh, fair enough. Like I said, I've mainly done Conjure, so I wasn't.
Yeah, Conjurer, it's the only one that starts as a healer. Honestly, if they're going to do anything, they should find some way to get another level 1 healer in the game. If they're adding another healer job ever.
you know, I mean, they always could just admit that they've been trolling us this whole time and make Dancer from level 1.
They're doing that as ranged DPS.
That's what I'm saying, is they could just be, they could admit that they're trolling us. And
There's no way,
reveal
though.
it. Look, don't squash my hopes and dreams.
I would be one of the most surprised people in the world if they actually managed to have that be a troll. Square's not exactly a troll.
Well, and I mean, of course, what I wanted, I knew I wasn't going to get, was Dancer's tank.
Yeah, because Dancer's never been intended as a tank ever in the entire
But
series.
it would make so much sense.
Alright, on to healing multiple allies.
They went nocturnal for the second boss. That was rough. Nocturnal Sect is, honestly, I don't think you should use Nocturnal Sect in a dungeon ever.
Hey, question: Is there a better key or a way to tab between your allies?
The F1, F2, F3, F4.
Okay.
Okay, that works. I would put the tank as your focus target.
Got it.
Honestly, since I play with a G13 Logitech gamepad, I just bound whatever the keys are to target group members to one of the buttons here, and it's just I can't explain how it is because it's only specific.
No, you're like your F1 through F4 keys by default.
What about F5 through F8 for the old targets? Does that work as well?
Yeah, yep.
Now that makes me wonder about F9 through F12. Where are those from?
Do you want me to look?
I mean, you can? I'm in the middle of a dungeon right there myself.
Yeah, I'm just crafting.
Because pressing them, they don't do anything for me, so they may not even be bound.
Well, I mean, I guess I may have changed it because my target member 5 through 8 on the party list is Control F1, Control F2, Control F3, Control F.
Well, that might be it. That actually might be it. I'm not 100% sure. Only because I don't ever used it in the school party. And then until I started using like in the after that. Before I got into
Well, just got the gargoyles up. One last pack, and then it's to the final boss.
I'm trying to get myself caught through the main story to the end of the other stuff, you guys.
Heal whilst avoiding harm.
So that means stay out of the great big circles and cones that are orange,
Right.
and don't stand next to the tank.
Yeah, so one question though is when I move after I've casted a spell, it goes interrupted. How do you uninterrupt a spell casting so I don't have to restart the spell cast?
You can't.
You can't?
No,
Just don't move.
just
Right,
yeah,
okay.
don't move. Don't interrupt it by moving.
Got it.
Sometimes it's better to abandon it, to get out of an AoE, and then restart.
Right.
But yeah.
There are abilities that you pick up. I can't remember what levels now. One is called Swift Cast, and one is called Sure Cast. Swift Cast basically allows you to ignore the casting time and just instant cast. Sure Cast, I believe, makes it so it's not able to be interrupted.
And it also, if you have sure cash up and there's something that would not do like a knockback effect, you would not get knocked back.
Duty.
So I'm thinking, with Farrell getting this experience of going through the House of the Novice or Hall of the Novice or whatever it's called, and learning the basics of everything, should we pull up? Yeah, should one of us start Twitch streaming and have the group of us go into Kugane Ohashi and show him the high end aspect of everything that he's learning?
We could.
I mean, because that's like the highest level of grouping mechanics that I'm
Who hasn't ha-
Kugane Ohashi is the latest trial that was added.
Oh, that one. Oh, you could also do Gimlet Dark. Well, that one could be a little spoilery. Yeah, if you don't have an ether character, you'd have to do the transfer to get back over here. See, I think you still have all of next week.
I like my main character where they are on Primal though. I mean, I got a great group of people. And how I actually
Looks like you're on the last level there.
Yep.
Ground fast enough. That is one thing I dislike about Paladin, is the hallowed ground does have a casting animation, but it also, it's like a 7-minute cooldown. I think I honestly prefer Home Gang and Walking Dead to hallowed ground.
Right.
Yeah. That's wipe 2 on this boss.
Alright. Okay, so those are all done. Time for some festive endeavors. Da-da-da. I like the new duds. My character looks like intelligent.
Don't get too used to them.
No, I know.
They'll only
one
last
thing
for
I-
about 30.
The one thing that I will recommend in regard to this gear is once you unlock your glamour dresser, toss them into the dresser.
Okay.
And I know that probably means nothing to you right now,
Nope.
but yeah.
it is quite fashionable. I was playing around with the FF15 collab gear to see if I could make anything earlier. And I noticed there's like nothing you can freaking do with it. I tried mixing the shirt up with some of the veteran award stuff, and there's just this stupid bracelet on one of the arms that just makes it impossible to find gloves that match.
Alright, finishing up a quick fetch quest here. I gave her the lock box. What is in the lock box? Oh, apparently it's a mask. Break up! Ooh, protect. See here, how do I access my inventory? How do I access my skills stuff again?
P.
Ah! Here we are.
Yeah, apparently our healer's like in level 50 armor with very bad globe. Which explains a lot.
What level is the healer?
His astrologist is level 59. But he's being geared down to 59, 58, same time.
Honestly, they're probably trying to hold off until they hit 60 to re-up their gear.
They're not using Ironworks gear. He's just using whatever he's got that works. Let's see, and I think... Let's see... Star Globe of Cracks, level 50. Oh, so it's not even a level 60 globe, it's level 50, it's item level 80. Yikes. I mean, I was tanking this with the Ironworks sword until I was able to pick up a cheap, high-quality level 58 sword, but I'm gonna have to duck out of this soon because my cure's at 50%.
Well, make sure you make sure you politely tell the healer that that's the reason why you're leaving.
Oh, we've definitely been very patient with him, and everyone's been very polite and whatnot, and including the healer. He's been very accepting and welcoming of advice. yeah, I don't have the levels needed to repair this stuff. Nor the materials to craft what I would need to do to repair it. Or rather, to craft to get the levels to be able to repair it. I think I have the dark matter.
Alright, just got Master Recipe Book 2
Hey
from
Llama,
Weaver.
what up? Going good here, going good.
Llama!
What's my role? Wear the mask, look dignified. Okay, I think I can do that.
You have to... Also, you can hide anything equipped to your head.
Oh.
There's a little button under your character portrait.
Ah.
There's also an option to turn your visor on or off.
Llama's bewildered.
Oh, there's still a
Alright.
flame on. Oh, crap.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be a high enough level to do this next quest.
If you're level 15, you're high enough level until you get through Sashasha.
Okay. Oh.
You'll do Copperbell Mines, I think, at 16.
Oh no, I think I need to...
Read the quest description.
Ah, crap, the healer went and died.
I'm sorry. I don't really know.
I'm not sure what he's talking about. I don't see any overlays.
No,
Oh, is he talking about the
it's-
Discord?
No. He's talking about my overlays on stream.
Yeah, I'm looking at him.
Yeah, yeah, I think you just need to refresh, Llama.
Oh. There's a little button that shows up on the right of that. It's the Amazon Smile thing.
Yeah.
There's a button that holds it out with a little arrow on it.
There you go. I had to wear the mask.
Yes, but you can hide it if you'd rather see your face in the cutscene.
I want to be
The mini feral head.
mysterious.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, he said refresh fixed it.
The Elder Seedseer.
12 bless her heart!
Whoa, I don't look like a mass assassin. Holy cripes.
Yeah, there's Edom Papaluno.
There's that Moogle I want to kick.
Hey, Moogles are nice.
Not that one.
What?
That one blew a trumpet in my face in the first cutscene. He deserves to be kicked.
Oh, no, I'm agreeing with you. I was
May
saying,
she find
my
favor
response
with
was
the
in regard to him
elementals.
saying that Moogles were not.
I mean, outside of the ones in Mogcom, they generally are. And even most of the ones in Mogcom aren't that bad.
Ah.
Just obnoxious.
Unless they're good King Moogle.
Wait, Llama, what time zone? What time zone are you talking about?
This radiance.
I could probably go until 11 tonight. I'm feeling pretty good. I think we can go. I think I can go past midnight your time. I don't know if you want to stay up that late, but...
Could it be a crystal of light?
Okay, so that answers your question. Yes, I did pick up something from that golem.
That would be
Tell
that.
me true. Has the
I was just
Mother
wanting to know
Crystal
where in the
revealed
progress you were,
herself to
because
you?
I was wanting to know if you had met Eden
Did
and
you-
Papalimo yet.
Have you, perchance,
But I didn't want to spoil their names
experienced
if you hadn't met
sensations
them.
akin to
If you would have
ether
told me, I would have
sickness of
forgotten them
late?
in like 5 seconds. I have that knack.
That Heidelin would speak directly to this woman.
It's Yustola that you meet in,
There
Limsa.
once were dauntless
Yeah.
adventurers
Fingers
who
and all that.
fought in the name of Eorzea.
Yeah, I gotta click through these cutscenes.
When the primals threatened to bleed the land dry, these brave
course,
men and
he hasn't
women
met them
rose
yet,
to
so.
face them. When the Garlean Empire
I mean,
resumed
honestly,
its war
I
of
think that
conquest,
for the
they
overall
rushed to the realm's
story,
defense. And when
it
it was
makes
foretold that
the
Dalamud
most
would
plot
fall,
sense to start a
they
character
fought with
in
all their
Ul'dah
strength to deliver us
Ul'dah,
from certain doom. Yet as strong
Because of what
and as
happens,
brave as they were,
Uh-huh.
with
they, like
things
so
and stuff.
many, disappeared
With
amidst
spoilers.
the flames at Cartano.
And more spoilers.
None have forgotten the heroes who gave all for the sake of a
Right.
realm not their own.
Yeah, starting in Limsa, the
Yet when we try
The
to recall their
plot
names,
hook that you're talking about
we
completely
find the
catches you by
pages of our
surprise because
memories
you're like,
are blank,
wait, what?
as if bleached by the
what?
sun.
Huh?
And when we try to recall their faces,
Why is
We
that one
see
dude
them
like
only
facing
in
away from
silhouette,
everybody? It's kind of creepy
as
me
if
out.
they stood betwixt us and a blinding glare.
There's no way that Stage 2 range DPS limit break,
Yes, Llama, I love me
23%
the
health on
Whoppers.
Sir Cherubert. That's not gonna kill him, right?
Hence have these heroes come to be known as the Warriors of Light.
oh, how I wish I
Beholding you,
had unlocked
illuminated
my
by the
mount.
glow of the crystal, I could not help but be reminded
Makes
of them.
So much easier if I could use my mounts.
Are you
The
a
crystal
Eureka?
has chosen you for a purpose.
No, I'm like I say, I
Trust
started a
to
new
its
character
guiding
today.
Oh,
light.
so you're on your new
And
character.
all shall be revealed to
Yeah.
you in good time. Though none can say for certain what the future will
Alright.
bring, it is my belief that you may yet
Let me
play a
get through this
telling
cutscene,
role
Llama.
in the tale of this great realm. For the power of the echo resides within you.
The pain of the mask consumes me. No! Wait, this isn't Majora's Mask. What is this? What is this
That's
garbage?
not the mask.
Oh, wrong mask. Or is it the mask that makes me go boom chicka boom boom chicka boom boom chicka boom ba da da? Yes, sir, I'm Cuban Pete. I'm crazy with the rumba beat. It is when I shake my maracas, I go chick chicka boom chick chicka boom. Sorry, 90s movie reference.
I have not heard that movie referenced in such a manner in the longest time. I am impressed.
The Mask is a fantastic movie. One of Jim Carrey's finest, in my opinion.
Show
I'm
those
sure
Imperial
Boomer
whore
might
sons
have
what we're made of!
that. Me, not so much.
You just need to look up The Mask, Cuban Pete. Thank me later.
The left flank buckles.
I mean,
Divert
wasn't
the
that one of his
barracudas.
earlier ones?
Yeah, it was. It was one of his earlier ones. It was.
Wasn't that a Jim Carrey?
Yeah. I think it was after the first Ace Ventura. It was like right around the first Ace Ventura.
Bid them hold that position, though it cost them their lives.
Bobby Tona.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
stands alone in the distance. Can't ask.
Is Artemis?
Yes.
No, it is nothing.
No, yes, that is something.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily.
This is
I
filling you in on the end of 1.0.
Aren't I technically in 1.0?
No,
No,
you're
you're in
2.0.
2.0.
What happened?
This
1.0
is
isn't in the game
Pre
anymore.
World War.
We are being watched.
So
What you're
1.0
watching right now, this is 1.0.
Okay.
The end
Like
of it.
that's what the game originally was. Like it was like
It
the
was
end
terrible.
of. Yeah.
If you had started in the Shroud on 1.0, I think you probably would have quit the game by now. And I didn't even
Raging
play the
Bull, calling
1.0, I
Blood
just saw the map of
Blood
the
Soul,
Shroud.
respond!
No one liked the Shroud.
The Shroud?
In 1.0?
No, I suddenly got a flashback to, what is it? Have you guys ever seen the first Gamers movie?
Nope.
Snake!
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
Nice! Nice! Metal Gear Solid reference right here.
Surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. God preserve, what is that thing?
If nothing else,
What's going
the
on?
localization
Speak to me.
team for this game has done a fantastic job of filling it with puns and jokes that, you know, you're just like,
We cannot hold much longer.
oh, well done, sir.
Yes.
Well done.
That was a very good Metal Gear Solid reference right there with the communication. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but the communication device. That's
Cooling
exactly
shelf.
what they were going for.
We did it!
He hides under a box.
Finally. And oh man. Red Mage weapon dropped again.
Damn it. Damn it all to the seventh hell!
I don't think I've seen
What are the
the
barricades?
Paladin sword
Can they
drop
not be
from this
reached?
dungeon.
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady.
So do you think
That
they'd ever bring back
monstrosity
the
appears to be
1.0
disrupting
content
our
later on as a
communications.
revamped version of it? As a now you can play the prequel to all of this game.
No.
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 We must
because
keep trying.
The 1.0,
Call till they
like,
respond.
the way they switched it into 2.0 was they literally destroyed the world.
Yeah. You're about to see, I think you're about to see anyways
my
what
lady.
happened. If not, there's a
General,
cutscene you can
we can
watch
do no
on
more.
the
We must give the
main
order
menu
to
of the
withdraw.
game as you enter
Okay.
under the movies selection.
Yeah. No, basically though,
I will not
like, when they
forsake
shut
Louis
down
Swamp.
everything at the end of the 1.0, those who were still on literally got to see the entire world just get obliterated, and then they brought it back as
General,
a realm reform.
please.
There's a
Victory
reason they
may
refer
belong
to
to
it
the
as
bold,
the
but there will
calamity.
be no victor this day.
Is it worse than the fissioning?
You know this to be true.
Probably.
Yes.
Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The
Though I
adventurers
still
fight
insist that
bravely,
I'm the one.
but to no
I'm the
avail.
one fish did
Let them
nothing
withdraw,
wrong.
and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Nothing is worse than the fissioning from Llama. That was just funny. I was at work and I was doing some stuff, and then I just look on Discord and everyone's like, "Fish? What'd you do, Fish? No, Fish." I'm like, "Wait, what?" Then I looked at the stats that people are posting. I'm like, "Oh no."
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
One of them runs, the other one just stands there motionless.
Well, he wasn't talking to the other one.
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre.
Yeah, that looks like a good time to retreat. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. That would be the Elder Primal Bahamut, unleashing his wrath.
This dark, stifling presence.
At least it's better than the
Who
Bahamut on Final
what?
Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy. That was a hot mess.
Oh, no.
We go
This
to
is
take
probably
our
the worst
place
Bahamut
beside
appearance in the
Archon
series,
Luis
in terms of what he
To
does.
your positions.
In terms of destruction or in terms of just cringy?
In terms of destruction.
Kasbamu.
Yeah, more of those guys.
Soginin Moise Donzul.
I hate them.
Speak English, bro.
I mean,
Logaro.
it's being translated via the echo there.
Bet Mubut.
I don't care. He's being snooty. Snooty? Snotty.
Imarat way. Kiskat Toga Hats Waddle Dorns. Sees Nigen. Fizdun the only Lamrai Zadai Dorn.
I think the Asians are just not really particularly trustworthy.
You think?
I don't trust them to be telling 100% of the truth with their little spiel,
You think?
so I wouldn't give them any. I wouldn't, no second thoughts. Decline their every invitations.
I'm not gonna
Yep.
lie. I would like to have her robe in real life. Not gonna lie. I could rock that. Well, minus the female stylings around the bustier area. I couldn't rock that. I know has moobs.
You sure, Farrell?
I don't. I actually don't. Wow. No retort.
You have a PG stream, so I can't. I don't feel like getting myself banned today.
all right. We're gonna. I think I have a wheel spin to do. Let's see here. Live. Yeah, I need to do that. Yep. We're gonna rock a wheel spin right now for Llama. So I'm gonna go off Discord chat for a sec in order to make this happen, guys. So I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna rock a wheel spin here. Here, I gotta actually look and see what the frick we're gonna do here. What? Why you? What? Why are you not working? Huh? No. Hold on. You go away. There we go. All right, what do we got tonight? Flip fins. I'll do flip fins. All right, let me see here. Where did I put my flip fins? One sec. Did I put them in here? Thought I did. Hold up, I gotta find my flip fins. 1 second.
Now would be an excellent time to check the Final Fantasy section of the LDSG Discord.
Uh-oh. Alright, let's Let's see what we got here. That is fantastic. That's a good one. Still too soon. Still too soon, man. All right. Okay, so we got flip fins tonight. Flip fins.
The thing that kills me the most about that is she was alive in Kingdom Hearts.
I know, right?
Like, just no bombs, quips, or anything given. Just right there at the start of the game. There's Eris.
No, have you watched Ruby?
No.
It's a pretty good anime-esque series. But there's a character that dies in the first season, and then during the off season they kind of have a parody called Ruby Chibi, where they made chibis out of the characters, and they do all sorts of weird, crazy stuff. You know, it's all joke stuff. And then there's this one part where that character who dies comes back, and she's like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And then everyone's like, and then another character is like, "Nothing happened." Nothing at all happened. And they go,
yeah, it's just...
so we could just go back to screwing around and having fun, yeah? Yeah, of course. All right, let's go. So they totally just screwed around with that point. They're like, she did.
Yeah. It's like, I showed up in Kingdom Hearts. I'm like, she's dead. What is she doing here? This is not right. Sephiroth killed you.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna rock the skill toy spin right now. So here's the deal. Let me kind of mute this for 1 second. All right. So flip fins. These are flip fins. It's kind of like a butterfly knife. It's pretty much a butterfly knife made into a toy. So this is what they are. So they flip out like this, and there's lots of different moves that you could do. I only know the basics with this, so this will be kind of a short set. So let's pull up some music here, and let's do some flip fins. If this will load. That'll work. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's about it. That's about my whole repertoire. Like I said, it's not much. It's actually one of the newest skill toys that I've acquired. So unfortunately, it's not much. Not much there, huh? Someone pinged me? Who the heck pinged me? Somebody pinged me. Who the frick pinged me? Oh. Alright. Oh. Llama's Wi-Fi died. Oh, sad. Alright.
I'm Okay, so we've got. All
right, I'm back.
This is. I guess I can pull Samurai or Red Mage out.
Yeah, I have no other classes right now.
You're welcome,
So
Ron.
we've got. So we need 2 people to fill DPS slots then, because if you're going tank and he's going healer, I've got to mute that tab again. Can't have that playing.
Right.
So I need to figure out which class is going to be good at that level.
Yeah, Ron, if you stick around long enough, you'll know a lot about skill toys. Trust me.
I would go a different job class, but
Red
this
Mage?
is the only one that I have.
Oh.
Like on my other character, my main, I could have gone any class, but this one, not so much.
Yeah, I haven't leveled a DPS yet.
Do something real quick. Let's see here.
I've also got Machinist, but that's not particularly good from everything I've heard. Whoa, what happened to my pants?
Honey, where are my pants?
Hey, you have the same mouse that I do.
Ah,
Okay.
fantastic.
By the way, did you check your redemptions, Farrell?
What did you do? Hold on.
Who said I did anything?
You haven't. Oh, okay. Alright, looks like I got some push-ups to do. You think you're punishing me by doing this? I say nay, nay. You are wrong. You are helping me get jacked.
I'll see about that.
I'm getting jacked. 5 push-ups at a time, baby. 10 push-ups.
I was gonna say, don't jip me my 5 or I'll claim more.
I dare you!
Farrell, you know I'll do it.
I know you'll do it. That's what I
You know what?
said.
Just in case we need it, I'm gonna go Red Mage. I don't like the Red Mage. Sad. Let's try playing that.
Just like that, I'll do it.
Alright, I got 20 push-ups to do right now.
Alright.
I'm not proceeding to the liver
access
scan
to.
just yet. Alright, here we go.
Okay, all roll actions. Man, it's gonna take forever to get him into Sastasha at this rate.
They're happy.
Hey, I was only going to make you do 10. You're the one who dared me to give you more.
I know, rule number 6 applies.
Oh, look at that big beer gut.
What beer gut? I lost like 10 pounds over the last week.
That's not healthy.
Okay, 2 weeks.
Still not healthy.
I mean because your camera is pointed at your gut.
It's pointing at my gut. Okay. Yeah, I can't have my preview on while I'm playing, or else it freaks out on me. Well, my FPS totally tanks because my computer can't run all the graphics on the game and the preview at the same time. It's close.
Get good, Farrell.
Almost can do it.
Did that mage just try to cast a heal on me?
Thanks for the tips, Rotten.
Ver Flare. That sounds fun. Ver Holy.
Ooh, a task of great import.
Okay.
So have you had to go?
Yikes.
Have you had to travel to all of the city states yet, Farrell?
I'm just getting a letter to take to the Azorian Alliance.
Okay, so yeah, that's where you're about to go to all the places.
Spoilers. I mean, not that we haven't been telling him about this, for I don't
The
know how many
past
hours
2
now.
days.
I was so worried about that I was gonna be like so far behind after having like missed being in the stream like the one day that he did play and I wasn't there, but apparently not. So I mean,
You know what I think? I think that if there's room for me and Satasha when Farrell goes through, I will be the second tank. I will be concentrating on tanking the floor.
I am going to try and red mage.
Is that a drinking reference?
No.
no, it's a death.
It's a community
reference.
in joke.
Okay.
In a lot of endgame stuff, dragoons are commonly referred to as the floor tanks.
Because they spend so much time on the floor.
And I had one of them in a run of
the vault
I think it's
that
the
you
Dusk
just got
Vigil?
out of?
No, the Dusk Vigil. He didn't die very much, but he kept running ahead and pulling enemies like an idiot. And like he would just run ahead of me and pull the next pole. And I'm like, what? There are a lot of weird things going on in that run.
Okay, so I need something to work on until Satasha. What should I
HUD
work
layout.
on?
Hot bars. HUD layout. Hot bars. Hunt logs.
Hunt logs, I'm like level 70.
Oh. I don't know. You got a class that doesn't have your hunting log done?
My lowest level class is 30.
So it doesn't have its hunting log done. Unless it was Heaven's Work. Dark Knight, 31. Bard, 31. And Bard could do some hunting logs. Black Mage, 51. Machinist, 30. Monk, 31. Dragoon, 30. I wish I had Arcanist up to 15, but it's still at 8. I need to do more leveling with it. I just don't like playing DPS that much. And I've got no clue how I'm supposed to organize this hotbar. I'm not used to casters at all.
Sorry that my class of choice kind of had to make you rethink. I feel bad.
Nah, don't feel bad.
I want to go hide in a corner.
Your class choice makes me rethink most of my life's decisions.
Hello, Paul.
Farrell, you do that to yourself. You don't need my help.
I just joking.
Where's my, do need to put, where is it? This one. On. There. Let's see, is that the Heaven on High? Tidal Wave. I actually did apply for membership in Knights of Memory today. I haven't heard anything on the application yet, though. Oh, this is interesting.
Yes. I have lots
What's
of
that?
sound effects. It's kind of my thing.
We interrupt this program to annoy you
Yeah, the
and
stream
make
cam
things
muted, so
generally
I don't-
irritating.
Okay.
Airship.
You dirty double-crossing rat!
So range of caster's hopper. Binds target and all nearby.
I totally wasn't playing with the sound effects even while Farrell was streaming on LDS. Not at all.
No, not at all, Satan. Definitely, you wouldn't do that to me. Especially during Toad's serious parts of my Forgotten Land playthrough. No, heavens no.
I'm completely innocent.
Yeah, it's a good thing, who was it? Irish. Good thing Irish is there to provide you some cover. 'Cause he was doing it too.
To be fair, he only did it once.
I know. I reviewed the chat log.
Busted.
Clearly for being busted. I have no shame in admitting what I do to Farrell.
No, she doesn't. Not at all. No, I've always said when I started streaming, I wanted to have some fun sound effects. Like one of my favorites is this one.
Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, yeah.
The Wookiee
This one
part.
that I won't hear.
You should be listening to the stream.
Well, if I do that, I'll hear myself coming over the Discord.
I know,
There's-
isn't it
there's an
unnerving?
echo.
Call an echo.
Echo.
No, it's my fantastic Wookiee fart.
There's this really interesting property of human psychology where if you hear your own voice saying what you just said, immediately after you just said it, you stop talking.
No, that's almost exactly why I don't pipe everything through my mixer anymore. I used to do that when I first got my mixer. I piped in my PC sound, my game sound, and my mic all through my mixer. But now it was just driving me flat out insane. I couldn't do it. Present day. Have I been living in the past this whole time?
No. They're just making it clear that this is not an echo vision showing you something that happened in the past.
Okay, so this is technically happening now.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's important, so don't forget it.
Okay.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still.
Like a really bad center
15
axe.
years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels.
Isn't that Sin?
Silver Till Lake lay ripe
What?
for the taking.
Final
He's
Fantasy X
asking
reference.
Eorzea would soon be ours.
No, it's not.
I know.
So
It looks like
we
Sin.
believed. But an innumerable
And then you have the big mechanical flying monster from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 right now blasting it.
Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worlds,
I'm just trying to convolate as many games as I possibly can.
was bought at too high a price.
Apparently, even though I
Our invincible flagship is lost, and all hope of
I still
victory
can't
with
give it
her.
up. Absolutely
So
Farrell,
ends
because
our
I just unlocked
conquest.
the ability to jump into Sastasha.
Well, we did power level you to 15 the first night you got on here.
Eorzea,
True.
a blighted realm.
That I guess
Riddled with
I'm
false
not watching
gods.
through every cutscene. I
Twice
skipped them.
For all the
I'm gonna go wait
destruction it
outside
wrought,
Sastasha
even
because it's gonna drop
Meteor,
him off right there by the
great
time he's
sin,
ready to go
failed
anyways.
To yield us control over it.
We can start
And
forming up a
It
party
is
to go in.
twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet
If it doesn't
it
take too
must
long, we
be
can do
saved.
the first
Only
two, if not
Guardian
all
rule
three in
can
one
bring
night.
order to Eorzea. It falls
What's
to
the
us to
Sasha
deliver the
talk
misguided
about?
masses from their ignorance.
Let's see.
We are online,
What's the other
Lord
one?
Vandalvar.
Wait, these guys look like they're
Is it
straight out of.
Town Tower Deepcroft.
Ah, yes, that was right. That one.
It's not Destiny, but it's that other one.
I'd order no.
Thank you. Yeah, I know it's on Destiny Nitro. Hold on.
I was almost reminded a little of Power Rangers from the way they looked. Anthem?
Yeah, no, not Anthem. No, it's the free to play one.
Fortnite?
Is the
No.
Legatus really planning to
Free
take
to play,
another tilt at the
first person
Orgia?
shooter.
No, it's third person. It looks
Third person shooter.
It looks like
Warframe?
Warframe. That's it. Thanks, guys. That was it. Warframe.
Hey,
Yeah,
what hole
Simple.
have you been
Got it.
hiding in?
Yeah.
You're in the
That's
midst
the one.
of preparing
That's
for
the
a
one I
new
tried to play
campaign.
once, and I was
And a
just so
huge one at
freaking
that.
confused. I had no idea what was going on.
We can help you with that too. I have an
Yes.
account on almost
but
every
I thought
platform.
the Emperor had given up the Western lands for
You don't
lost
share
at the
account or
Continent.
share.
What
It's
could
not
the
shared
Legatus
across
possibly hope
platforms
to
with
gain
Warframe?
by acting alone?
Nope.
Ah.
I was able to copy
Yeah.
my PC account to my Switch.
I sense you harbor
that
certain
came
doubts over the wisdom of the
I can't
Legatus's plan.
do the newest big area that they released, the Venus one, Fortuna, on my computer. The
lord.
GPU is too old and doesn't really handle it very well.
Please call me Nero. Tell me,
Ah,
Where were
Nero,
you born?
my good buddy.
Wait, he escaped from Devil May Cry?
Oh,
my
we've
lord.
got you're gonna learn a lot about Nero here.
Nero is
Alamigo,
awesome.
my lord.
Yeah, kind of.
ah, codename Hummingway.
What is all
I
this hate
presume?
for the Empire? Am I the only one that would
I don't
jump
know
at the
what you-
chance to join the Empire?
Probably, yeah.
Heartless
Yeah.
bar wench.
Silence. Your
I have no
denials
idea
will
what I'm
not
talking
change
about.
your
I'm just
fate.
throwing stuff out to be funny.
I assure you, Frumentarium
That's
sees
interesting.
all.
Someone has joined the Sea Hunts. Hooray.
It's also a
Clean
gun.
up this
I
mess.
like
And
the
do not miss
bromance
any,
that occurs
or I
there
shall be most
between
displeased.
Nero and somebody.
At once, my lord.
I find it weird how they go from, like, complete enemies in A Realm Reborn
Garland.
to they were
Soon you will be
kind
made
of
to know
sort
the
of
true
friends
power
at
of Magitech.
Stormblood.
Yeah, and he definitely has a gunblade.
Oh, yeah. The Empire has lots of gunblades.
No, it's funny though. The bromance that kind of in the last major thing parts of ARR, like the ones that you
Yeah.
end up doing for part of the duty stuff, whatever.
Duty.
I haven't finished the Alliance raids from A Realm Reborn, so I'm sure because I did the first one and I've unlocked the second one.
No, I'm not talking about Alliance raids. I'm talking about like the main story scenario.
Oh, the MSQ dungeon.
Yes.
You've got to talk to the NPC there, Pharaoh.
Yeah,
There you go.
I figured that out.
Then stream delay.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the bromance in that and those are real.
Oh no,
Ah.
honor guard. Cheerleader reject.
Hey, no making fun of the Maelstrom.
Also,
I'm not making fun of the Maelstrom. I'm just making fun of honor guard in general.
Also, the character, I'm not gonna say name, that rides the thing into the one scene. Our whole party ended up there like way before this character, it actually spelled out the name of this character using the floor markers.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Oh, I want to go to the Drowning Wench.
Like, you know how on the floor you can put the markers, like A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4, blah, blah. Well, using those floor markers, they spelled out a certain character's name in the spot where he winds up to advance the scenario.
Enter.
Let's see, which mark? Did they use all 4 markers?
No, 3.
Which 3?
I did not expect the
letters on the
Gridanian
Feral
envoy
needs
to be an
silence.
adventurer.
I'll just
It
tune you
speaks
guys out.
highly of your character that the
Oh, I
elder
get it.
seats here would choose an outsider to represent her nation's interests. This way. I bid you
Have some
welcome.
respect for the Admiral.
I am Melvi Bluefisvin, Admiral of Limso Lominsa.
As much respect as I have
Commander
for
of
the
the
Maelstrom,
Maelstrom.
I didn't join them for a
Now,
reason.
what news from the Black Shroud?
Which one is she? Right, no, I did the flames just because I'm a very fiery, flamey kind of personality, and I felt more drawn to them.
What
You
news from the
giant.
sky?
Alright. Alright, you guys are out of timeout now.
Oh, good. Were we like muted or something?
Well, I have a chat dial on my headset, so I
Oh.
can adjust the volume between hearing you guys and hearing the game audio on my headphones end. So it doesn't affect the stream, or you guys can talk and do whatever the heck you want. But if I'm trying to concentrate on something, I'll just turn you guys off and just listen to whatever, and then I'll just let you know when I'm back.
Makes sense.
It's actually rather handy dandy.
Sounds like it.
Because, I mean, Feral, I hope you realize that, you know, once you've toured all 3 of these cities and gone through the first 3 dungeons, you will be posed with a very important question.
What is your favorite color?
Kind of, yes.
In a sense.
You will be asked to join one of the 3 grand companies.
That's not until after the first trial.
Oh.
That's a
But still, it's still a very important question.
Okay.
And you have to understand, you will be making the correct choice.
That doesn't sound
I
coercive at all.
I anticipate that you will be joining the Maelstrom.
The Immortal Flames is also acceptable.
No.
Yes.
Until you hit the somewhere around Stormblood where something happens.
Until the sea swallows all. I am
But,
Maelstrom for life.
Twin Adders, their uniforms look terrible, and I don't think they have anything of redeeming value, do they?
This sounds like as pathetic as the Pokemon Go teams. Team
I don't know.
Mystic for life, yo.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong, because I mean, for all intents and purposes, it doesn't completely matter which one you choose, because you do unlock the same kind of everything content within each one. It's just which flag you're flying.
Yeah.
Which colors do you prefer?
Yeah, that's pretty much
Also,
why I chose
posted
Team
something in
Mystic,
general.
by the way, because I like blue.
Didn't notice.
There is no option for blue.
Dang it!
Unfortunately.
It's
There is
red for the
yellow?
Maelstrom, yellow for the
Adders,
Twin Adders, and
and red for the flames.
no, red is Maelstrom.
Oh.
Kind of more of a brownish, blackish. bleh.
Nice.
You don't wear
lavender.
much of the, like, the only stuff that you would glamour from the
I wish Rotten.
companies is like not unlocked until you hit the maximum rank.
If there was something, if there was a team in lavender, purple, I would totally have gone that team.
I mean,
I'm hoping they add new grand companies at some point. I'd like to have one for Ishgard and Stormblood related stuff. That's
Got it.
spoilery, but also I think what I posted in general is quite accurate.
Demon taupe. As long as it's not mauve or salmon. Ugh. Ugh.
Nice.
I knew someone that literally had salmon carpets in their house.
I got your revenge.
Ugh.
Like you hooing at me.
Alright, I'm gonna get a drink. 1 sec. I also think taupe is like a brown. It's kind of a tan brown, something like that. Like green drapes. By the way, me drinking this Gatorade is probably gonna piss my 5-year-old off. Oh well.
And
Thanks, Will. Let's
5-year-olds.
look and see what taupe is. Yeah, I knew. I knew it. It was like some kind of a brownish.
would be the color of most of Ulda's uniforms.
No, my 5-year-old
And
loves
oh, look,
her
he's in
Gatorades.
Ulda.
Yes, leave the landing area.
You see, I can't tell you why I went Ulda quite yet. Actually, I don't remember. Oh wait, yes I do. Capitalism. Capitalism. Though, one of the reasons I like the Immortal Flames
Colored.
is
no, wait.
someone
Okay,
that she's
capitalism.
about to meet.
Limsa Lominsa is all about capitalism.
Ulda's like entire culture is about capitalism, though.
Yeah, so are the Quark. That was a
The
Star
who?
Trek. Star Trek reference. Don't mind me.
You mean the Ferengi?
Quark is a Ferengi on Deep Space Nine. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, but you.
I thought Quark.
The
I thought-
Ferengi were crony capitalists.
I know they are. I was being. I actually just watched an episode of Star Trek Next Generation right before I came out here with my wife.
I got caught up on the Orville earlier today. I swear that it's so much like Star Trek. It's so good.
I'm back. That's funny. Like Farrell, I'm a parent, and my youngest, he'll wake up sometimes at night, but instead of like calling like out for mommy or whatever, he'll just go, yoo-hoo.
So, Farrell, are your movement settings still on standard type instead of legacy type?
Maybe.
Probably.
What is the difference? I'm honestly asking.
So, when you turn your when you click your left mouse button and move the camera around, on standard, your character moves with it.
A guest from Gridania.
And
I thought I smelled leaf mold. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior
Legacy, when you move the camera around, you don't move at all.
Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah.
Holding A and D in Legacy, you walk left and right. In Standard, you strafe left and right. And so having it in Legacy is a huge boost for most people.
Basically, in Standard, whatever direction you press, the camera will follow behind your character. Like it moves to stay behind your character. Whereas in Legacy, it's more of a fixed camera. So you can actually walk towards the camera in Legacy where you cannot in Standard. Because if you try to walk towards your camera, the camera would spin around with your character.
Yep.
Okay, so I ask this in all seriousness. Raubon.
Yes.
What character class or job is he? Or is he supposed to be? Even if it's not one that we have access to.
Well, he's got the shield of a gladiator. He was in the Blood Sands. And yeah, that's about it.
He actually looks like a black version of Bosch from Final Fantasy 12.
And yeah,
maybe a little bit.
Because I mean, I would have to assume that he's of a job or class that we just don't have access to.
Yeah, that other character that's with him though. Spoilers, making me angry.
Why? I don't remember.
End of a Realm Reborn.
I don't remember.
I'll DM you. If I can see, where's the message?
No, Raubon. You got it basically spelled right, but which is with an N at the end instead of a T. That's his name. It's not what he is.
I did not realize that she was included in that mix.
She was quite heavily involved in it.
Mole, 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 mole. He's wearing a skirt.
It's called a kilt.
No, I know what a kilt is. That's a skirt.
Actually, I think that's more akin to a toga, because if you look, his around his shoulders, it has the same pattern. So I'm fairly certain it's all just one piece.
He's wearing a mini dress.
I think that would be a robe or a toga. Actually, this would probably be a Greek.
Minions!
Clothing. Yes, you got your first minion.
I has a minion.
They don't do much outside of lore of a minion.
Farrell, when you went to Limsa Lominsa, did you synchronize yourself, or did you attune yourself to the 8th?
Oh, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I didn't do it on the other city. I did it to this city. I didn't see
So you
one.
need the big aetherite, which you haven't found in either, or at least you haven't found it in Ul'dah, so. Because there's no way you went past it from where you've been.
He'll just what he could do is go around this whole city and get everything, and then he'll be able to get to the airship landing.
Yeah.
But Raubon is like one of the best characters related to the Immortal Flames.
Okay, so let's see here. Let's look at this. Let's see here. System configuration.
You want the other one.
Character.
Exit out of that menu and press K.
Ah. Legacy type. Alright, let's see what this is.
Legacy type is what you're used to if you've played pretty much any other video game on PC that uses keyboard and mouse. Finding that made the game playable for me.
Wow. Yeah, that is quite easier.
Finding that is what allowed me to actually start trying my hand at Savage content.
Oh my gosh, this is
You
horrible.
got that far without it? Oh, man.
I'm sorry, no, I am going back to standard.
Oh, really? You like standard better? Oh.
I can't turn. How do you turn with Legacy?
Well,
You click you
mean-
click and hold the mouse.
that turns your camera. And then you have free movement with your AWASD. I mean, I can do perfect circles, no camera movement.
And
Yeah,
yes,
this is actually
yes,
a heck of a lot
I
more
got-
comfortable for me.
And yes, I got all the way to Savage content without it.
Stormblood
yeah,
or
I've-
Heavensward Savage?
Stormblood?
Oh, man. That means 70 levels with that. I don't think I could have gotten to level 70 with that. I would have just, like... I wouldn't have finished the trial. I would have gotten to level 35 and I said, no, this is not playable. This is not worth the money.
Thing is,
Jim
I
Paul still
didn't-
uses standard too.
I didn't even know it was a thing until Trikes with the Savage raids.
Yeah,
I just learned about this today, just now, and I'm sorry, no. Legacy is of the devil.
You see, when I first started the game, I was thinking, is this like what all MMOs can do their control schemes like? I'm like, is this something like WoW does this or something? This makes no sense to me. This is like, where's my first-person shooter type of controls? Where's my my Phantasy Star Online controls? It's like, okay, Phantasy Star Online did have the turning somewhat, but
Yeah, for me, basically what it was another streamer, or two other streamers that I follow, who are like pretty much solely Final Fantasy 14 streamers. They started doing a weekly starters Saturdays thing, where basically they will do like one of like the end game raids, like 09S or 010S or whatever, and like they'll walk new players through it kind of phase by phase by phase. And one of the first times that they were doing it, they were working not so much on the Omega fights, but doing a Seiryu Extreme. And I could not tell where, like, I was healing for that, so I was already focused on so much because of, like, trying to keep everybody's health up and everything, and I couldn't pay attention to moving my camera to try and check which side the snakes were coming from, and so I'm like, how do I do this? And then the one streamer was like, oh, you can try using this mode. I'm like, wait, that's a thing?
yeah, I don't know how someone could do Savage on standard. I'm sure there's someone that does, but I don't understand it.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm just running around and tuning stuff right now.
Yeah, once you get all of them, should be open up the
You'll get a message when you get all of them.
Okay.
yeah. Don't forget the big one too.
I already got the big one.
We got the big one.
Oh, okay.
But, yep. This is very Jeopardy theme song.
No, I think it was O10S that we were doing when I finally switched it because we had to run to like a certain spot, like, and it was driving me crazy.
O10S is nasty.
Yeah, it was trying to orientate myself to everything because I was on standard and the camera kept spinning on me and I kept losing track of northeast, southwest. And so that's when they were like, well, you can just do this. I'm like, that is so much easier.
Yeah, O10 is
No, I'm sorry,
just
because
ridiculous.
if I can't, trying to use Legacy was making me sick to my stomach. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, personally, I'm actually a lot more used to this kind of a setup because of all of the lots of different action games I played over the years have control schemes a little similar to this. It kind of makes me feel like I'm rotating the camera with my right stick and moving with the left stick if I'm using a standard controller.
Yep.
Which is something I hate about the shooter games, is just give me something that's more akin to the standard controls. I don't want camera control on one stick and movement controls on another. No.
Oh man, I've been doing that for ages.
See, I couldn't live with both camera and movement being bound to one stick.
Gladiators Guild. Oh, do I have Gladiators Guild? No.
You should.
Which one don't I have then? So what supposed to happen when I get all these done?
You'll get a pop-up saying that you've attuned to the mall and that you can now teleport to the airship landing.
And to several of the gates. I'm on my way and I'll be able to compare my list to yours if you pull your list up.
Okay.
But you're definitely missing something. Let's see. Did you get the Adventurers Guild? You're at the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah.
Thaumaturgy, Gladiators.
He has it. Cause
Alchemist?
You got Miners.
he does not have Alchemist.
He does not have the Alchemist Guild.
Okay.
See, if you can invite him to the party, he'll be able to see me on the map, and then he'll be able to find me fairly easily. And let's take the Chamber of Rule.
Chamber of Rule?
Yeah, teleport to the Chamber of Rule.
You should also see now a blue dot where on your mini map towards.
I'm gonna have to help guide him to this one. I remember this one being tricky to figure out. At least I think I might have to. Alright.
Yeah,
I am
see the
headed
blue
towards
dot.
you. Over here. To your right.
This one. I got you.
Just go through this door. Take your left. And we end up at the Alchemist Guild. Very useful crafting class to pick up at some point. Can save you a lot of skill.
They all are.
Yeah, but Alchemist has value
But the thing
indefinitely.
is, but the thing is in order to get a bunch of the skills that would benefit that, you need to do the others because of the cross-class skills and just.
But what the Alchemist makes of themselves is almost always valuable, them and the Culinarian, because they can make the buffs that everybody consumes. The meals and the potions.
Okay. So now I am going.
Airship landing. then from there you can travel back to the city.
Limsa or Gridania.
Well, he wants to go back to Limsa so he can get the aetherite there.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But yeah, and he also has a quest there too. He's got to speak with the guy.
Alright, I'm headed to Limsa. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
I can help you find all the aetherites here really quickly. Just take the lift attendant to the bulwark hall. Can I just take a moment to reflect on how cool of an NPC Bateron is?
He's no more cool than his Gridanian.
Mother Mio.
Yeah.
Or however the heck you're supposed to pronounce it. That's just how I pronounce it.
Are you on the upper decks?
Yeah, I'm heading down.
Okay. Oh, there you are. Over this way. For the big one.
Right.
Sprint. Tag that. Also, if you see anyone spouting off about guild offers, you can just click on their name, right-click on their name, you'll get a menu. Report them for RMT. Come down here.
Okay.
Aetherite shards over here.
Yep, I see it on my map. Jeez, just crafting in the middle of the road, you jerk.
Oh, get used to it. It's only gonna get worse.
Oh, I know.
Limsa didn't used to be this busy, then people started coming here from other worlds.
And there goes the neighborhood.
Oh, when we're talking about hunts, definitely. Midgard used to have just the perfect hunt, so now people
Still
from
pretty good.
other servers come. Yeah, but people from other servers come and cause all kinds of problems. Let's see, I forget. These catwalks are a little confusing. I think we're on the wrong one. Maybe not. Alright.
But Farrell, just think of it this way.
From here, go to the Aetherite Plaza.
Yeah. Once you complete all the Ethernet shards in Limsa, because you've obviously done Ulda, and I would assume that you've done Gridania because that's where you started, you won't have to do any of this again until you hit Foundation.
Ishgard. Foundation in Ishgard.
Which is in Heaven's Word, so you've got all of a Realm Reborn to go before you have to.
And then you've got to do it again when you get to Kugane and Stormblood. Okay, we're gonna go up to Bulwark, not Bulwark, Drowning Wench.
And then we'll probably all have to do it again in the first.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You see, I usually don't mind doing stuff like this, but usually it's just stuff I do on my own time when I'm just farting around.
Well, fortunately, there's only a couple left. Yeah, that one, and Gladiator's Guild, or Marauder's Guild. Gladiators are in Yoldon. Oh, and culinarians.
At least there's, I mean, at least despite there being like two layers, two levels, and Limsa, the map is still relatively easy enough to find with the
Yeah.
here.
The thing about Limsa is, if it hadn't been for the PS3, they probably wouldn't even have had to separate it into upper and lower. I'm just gonna teleport over there.
What does the console have to do with anything?
Oh, PS3? System limitations.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been able to load this entire city at once.
PS4 can almost certainly do it just fine. Yeah, now you got your quest to do here somewhere. I'm gonna go head back over to Airport.
Okay.
Actually, wait, no, I'm gonna go find the route that you're going to need to take to get there, because I know you're not going to be having that unlocked. Okay, Limsa, so you're going to have to go through Middle Linosh. Okay, so I'm going to the Aetheryte Plaza. I'll meet you at the Aetheryte Plaza once you get your quest done.
Got it. Are you the proprietor?
Badrog? Yes, he is.
Oh yeah, I got Alport only because it was part of my questing stuff earlier
Yep,
on.
I just
started
realized.
here.
He's never been to Western Limsa because he's never been out of Gridania.
Captain.
Oh, he's that close to...
Yeah, he basically next is where he'll be heading towards getting Sistasha.
Yeah, I think I'll be able to do Sistasha, and then I'll have to call it for the night.
It took you way longer to get through all the quests and everything
Yeah, I know.
than I anticipated.
I actually kind of care about the story stuff. It's
Yeah.
probably pirates.
It might be pirates. Possibly. In theory. Potential.
Alright, I get it. Get it, I get it.
Well, you're in the right area now, but still got quest stuff to do, huh? Oh, he might actually just take the boat.
Yep, there we go.
Ferry for Airport. Head her over there. I thought we were gonna have to drag you all the way through Middle Linosia.
He just jumped from my ferry.
Wait, where do I... Hold on, how do I get there?
You take the ferry there in Limsa to Airport. Talk to the ferry skipper.
There you go. Woohoo!
Of course, you've got the car going.
Yes, I've got the car. I did an entire week's worth of challenge logs, plus the 2 fashion reports. No, it was just the 1 fashion report. Yeah. I did a lot of grinding in the saucer to get this.
Let me in the car.
Invite him to the party. I'm not the party leader, so.
Oh.
I had to click. I had to get. I had to click on his name. Farrell, get in the car.
I'm trying to.
Get in.
We're hunting pirates.
While half the party is suspiciously dressed like them. See, I believe it wanted you to talk to the Smith guy in here.
Nice parking job.
Yep.
Jeez, you and
Just drive
Artemis,
around.
you don't know how to park cars.
I don't have a driver's license, so.
I think I've had a driver's license longer than you've been alive. If that's the case.
I'm 22, so.
Okay, never mind now. Okay, I'm not that old.
Hey, I don't have a driver's license.
Well, you're Canadian.
I've had nothing to do with it, Farrell.
I've had a driver's license as long as he's been alive. Wait, that's not something I'm happy about.
I was just gonna say that makes you at least 38.
Yes.
He's at least that number.
And I think, do you need to talk to her or the next NPC?
Next dude. Yep, yellow jacket.
End of the road. Talk to the NPC and then we'll get queued up for Sestasha.
And Miss Satan, are you also at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's been here for an hour.
Duty finder. Woohoo!
Alright, so if you've got that unlocked, we can queue.
Okay, so should I click commence?
Yes.
I'm showing 3 out of 4.
I hit it, but then I hit escape, so it might have kicked me out of the queue. Nope.
There you go.
There we go. Okay. Queuing in as an entire party saves you on queue time. Not that you'd have much of a queue time as a healer.
Okay.
And especially if you have a tank with you too.
Yeah, if you get the tank and the healer, pretty much insta queue guaranteed. Unless you're doing something like Vault. Oh yay, I'm level 18, so I get to keep Scatter.
I at least get to keep Provoke, so, I mean, yay.
I mean... Roll actions, I've got all 10 roll actions. Not that I know how to use any of them, so... This will be fun. Oh, this is such a long time.
test because tanks do not have the best aggro keeping abilities at this point.
You've got overpower. You've got plenty of stuff.
Green.
Okay, I'll remember that. Oh, I just got aggro. Terrible at Black Mage, so... Not Black Mage, Red Mage.
I already checked it.
Oh, right, sorry. No, I get a little lost sometimes in these early ones, because I don't do them often.
Oof. Mages are not something I know how to do. Got a loose pad over there. Pulling it over.
Yeah, definitely knowing those function keys change between the party members is helping me out a lot.
Well, in an ideal setting, you would only have to heal the tank.
Right.
Yeah, so if you overheal, you will get aggro, because healing generates quite a bit of enmity.
Now, something that you can check on the group list where we are, where our names are, next to our class icons, there's, when you have an enemy targeted, you should be able to see numbers or an A next to our name.
Right.
That's where we are on the threat list. Ideally, the tank should always be at the top of the list for any enemy
shot. I think I should rush that one.
Well, for me, it was either this or machinist. So.
Well, my issue with Red Mage is I've got 5-second cast times in here. Almost nothing. I suppose it will be more useful against the boss.
So I take it with the Protect. The Protect has its own kind of life bar-ish thing.
No.
It has a timer.
Okay. So then what's the bar under the Protect status that I'm seeing?
So that's each of our TP count. It's
that's your
what-
TP.
what
Okay.
You see, for me, I now have that little wall on mine. That's
Right.
my extra.
That's Rampart. 5% defensive.
That's where the buffs are for all of our characters. So it won't happen in this dungeon, or probably for several dungeons, but there are dungeons in which people get poisoned. And one of the abilities that you will pick up is Asuna, and that's where you'll see when people are
Poisoned or slow or heavy. Which are all things that you can cure up.
Got it.
Green, right?
Green. And then let the tank hit the button.
But I want to push the button.
That would be
get
why
to
you
the
don't.
chopper.
Get to the chopper.
See, like that paralyzed status that me and Satan have, you'd be able to Asuna off of it.
You can also just carry spine drops on your person like I do.
So should I take the Plundered Curious, even though I'll just sell it later?
No, because someone else in your party can use it. And
I mean,
that
basically,
person's probably going to roll need and get it anyways, so.
yeah, you can roll need, greed, or pass, and you have to decide on it, or the timer will just click down.
Alright, I'll hit pass then.
Generally, if I'm with friends or something that like when a dungeon use, I'll do like a pass. Especially in a situation like this, where like a bunch of them are like leveling up characters and stuff.
I mean, do we want to stop for just a second to let her put on the better gear?
Yeah, we can do that.
I've never done that mid-dungeon before.
Just
Well,
pull up your
usually you
character
can't-
screen and hit recommended gear.
Yeah, I know. I've never done it mid-dungeon before. I've always done it like outside of the dungeons. I didn't know you could do it mid-dungeon.
Yep.
The only thing you can't do is do it mid-combat. But that's why I said let's stop to make sure that she has a chance to put it on.
I was doing a dungeon earlier, and I leveled up, so I pulled up the thing and hit recommended gear in between fights, and I completely upgraded almost every slot in my character sheet.
Nice.
Because I already had a full set of gear, because I've already leveled 2 other jobs from them. Hey look, there's something that you could use if you were several levels earlier in the game.
Well, it's just seals now.
Yep. So when I do get a spell off, it practically one-shots everything. But I have to wait 5 seconds to cast a spell, and then I get dual cast, which lets me cast the next one instantly. And it's back to 5 seconds. Yeah, I think early leveling could be using some work for these expansion classes. Are we gonna... Okay.
For leveling, I like to smash all the things before level.
Yeah, but we can't go through that gate until we get through the captain's quarters, so I just wasn't sure why you were going over there. You can definitely do the full clear if you want to get the map thing.
No, I forgot all the things.
Do the thing.
There is an achievement for getting the entire map done.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the early experience does help, too, so... like we were all trying to grab it.
Everyone except the person that's new.
Hey,
So
I'm
full
just kicking
full
back.
clear of the map.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Well, it'll get you extra experience too, so.
Right.
Now, if I remember correctly, once we exit here, make sure you take a look around outside. Or does the group not show up until after the next dungeon? I can't remember.
I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to, but if you're referring to what I think you're referring to,
POTD.
then we're not thinking about the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, POTD unlocked, you've got to be in Gridania, and I think you have to complete Tom Tara first.
Well, yeah, but the particular NPCs, their story.
Oh, this is the killer again.
Try to shortcut it.
Yeah, I don't think there is one.
No.
Farrell, just a tip in regard to your attack rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's easier to throw an arrow up first, then do stone, because the arrow applies a dot.
Damage over
and
time.
it can keep,
Right.
yeah, it keeps ticking while you're casting this. If that makes sense.
Right. Okay.
I mean, you may have been doing that. I don't know.
I kind of switch it up between the two. So I'll cast arrow first, then stone, then arrow immediately after.
I mean, at the end game, you get people that refer to themselves as stone mages, that are white mages that get into groups and they cast nothing but stone, and therefore they're not doing any healing. They're just there for the DP. I personally, when I white mage and I want to do DPS, I don't go stone magey. I go arrow magey, and I just try to make sure I have arrow up on as many different enemies. But that's just me. Mr. Beard.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, usually if you're not here trying to clear out everything for the experience, people running Satasha just skip all these mobs and just go straight to the boss.
Right.
So I got the new ability to reorganize my house.
I did not realize I had an AoE that was very slow, or very quick cast times. This entire dungeon I could have been doing right now.
Slacker.
I mean, I've practically been tanking it. Overpower! Overpower! Cutscene.
Yeah. Also, one thing here is normally if you were with newer people, you'd probably want to focus on the ripples and stuff. But since we're probably familiar enough with it, I don't feel like we need to. We could probably just rush the boss, hack and slash the boss.
I don't even remember what the ripples do.
They spawn stuff.
They spawn ads if you don't.
Oh,
tend to do
DPS
that.
can kill ads.
Oh, I should probably make sure I have limit break on my bar.
Yep. You can tell we don't play DPS very often by the fact that we don't have limit breaks on our bars.
Look, I mean, I don't think I ever used limit break on my white mage until Nidham.
I mean,
Yeah,
I keep it on my bar just because.
I feel like it's only useful for a white mage in raids, so you can mass raids.
Dead boss is dead.
I was like, help, I'm kind of being skewered. Duty!
Can you trade triple triad cards to people?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Because I'd love to just give Farrell my Sahagin card that I just picked up, because I already have one.
Oh, look at it. It should be able to tell you if it's tradable.
That's a good point.
Okay, I think everybody should give their comms to the healer.
We don't get comms, do we? Because we grouped
In
up.
pre-made
before.
group, it wouldn't. Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Hence my bad joke.
That's not bad. I didn't let anybody die.
Okay, let me see. Untradeable, so no.
I guess the NPCs that I thought
we
were
got
here
groupies.
were not actually there.
They probably show up after Copper Bell, and I know they show up after Tom Tara.
Wait, is it Copperbell next, then
Everything.
Temtara, or Temtara,
Yeah.
then Copperbell?
See? No, it's Tom Tara, then Copper Bell. Maybe not. I don't know.
Copper Bell second?
I know there's an adventuring party
Oh,
that shows up in
you have a gift for me.
Gridania after when you're talking to someone, so.
Oh boy. Wow. That's a grape juice. I shall give you Juan Gil.
Oh, you crafted him a ton of grape juice while you've been waiting out here, huh?
Thank you.
Always, when you're leveling, always make certain to keep a food buff up
Okay.
for specifically those reasons.
Got it.
Basically, you get, what is it, plus 3% XP?
Yes.
Yeah. All
right.
Well, thank you.
When I was leveling, I bought a stack of charred char. I've got 24 left that I still need to go through.
I should
The only
have...
bonus level
I should have had
get-
one up during that. I have a stack of 93 raisins in my inventory. Hello?
The only bonus leveling I get is from my Aetherite earring that I got with reordering Shadowbreakers.
Alright. Let's just head back to town. Let me trade this in that I'm done for the night.
Okay. Oh, that's in
Repair my
Limsa.
gear. Okay, got it.
So, let me just teleport you there.
Thanks, Paul.
Free teleports for everyone.
Yay!
Setting that as one of your favorites is a good idea, by the way. You just walk up to the Aetherite and click in the menu somewhere.
Is
and
it
you can set
possible
as
to
your
repair
favorite.
someone else's gear?
Yes.
No, because you can't trade it to somebody once you've
Well, I was thinking
Seems to
if I right-clicked on you, wasn't there? Oh, that's melding. There's a request meld option. Huh. Guess not in the dungeon. Oh, not in the dungeon. That's a shame. They should implement something like that. Request repair. That way, if you have someone that can do that in your group, they can just repair everyone's equipment during the Savage Raid when you've wiped 10 or 20 times. You've got 10 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, it
Been
reminds me
there.
of my old SWOTOR days where someone would just drop the repair NPC.
You know what else is murder on your gear? When you do a whole bunch of map dungeon things in a row.
Oh, maps, yeah.
Yeah, on Behemoth there's a group of us who on a pretty regular basis do maps. We actually used to do them weekly. Yeah, after a few, we'd have to always make a gear repair pit stops.
A handy thing to know about inns is there's always an equipment vendor right outside the inn.
Mm-hmm.
And a smith.
The nice thing about maps, though, is they are really fun if you got like a good group of people, and they're profitable. Even if you're not contributing a map to the group night, you still get a good hefty profit from it.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop out of chat, close down the stream, and go to bed.
Me too.
Thank y'all so much for helping me out with that. It's been... I know I don't say much, and that's usually just because I'm doing a lot of reading, and I'm trying to read it fast. But no, I really appreciate you guys coming around and helping me out and giving me all these tips, because I would be stupid lost.
Hey,
well, I'm sure we give you like way more information than you need, and some of it's just like, I have no context for that. But hey, it's fun.
Hey, you know what? I'm totally cool. I'm totally cool with these streams just being, a bunch of LDSG people hanging out, chat about Final Fantasy, just having a good time. I'm totally down with that.
Even though I'm not officially LDSG?
You're adopted. You're adopted LDSG.
Nice.
All right. Good night, guys. See you later.
All right. Good night, Carol.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Gotta get our ending theme going. So that's it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with more Final Fantasy 14. We'll be hitting up more dungeons, doing more shenanigans. Thank you all once again for joining. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Please, everybody, go to bed. I'm going to bed right now. Good night, Isaiah Norris, wherever you are. Back tomorrow, more Final Fantasy 14. See you around. Good night.